السلام الملكي. بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. صاحب السمو الملكي الأمير فيصل بن بندر بن عبد العزيز أمير منطقة الرياض، أصحاب السمو والمعالي والسعادة، ضيوف المملكة الكرام، السيدات والسادة، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. نرحب بكم في المملكة العربية السعودية هنا في العاصمة الرياض، فأهلا وسهلا بكم. نلتقي اليوم في المنتدى الدولي للأمن السبراني 2025 الذي ينعقد تحت رعاية كريمة من مولاي خادم الحرمين الشريفين الملك سلمان بن عبد العزيز آل سعود حفظه الله، وتحت شعار تعزيز المكتسبات المشتركة السبراني. تنظم الهيئة الوطنية للأمن السبراني هذا المنتدى بالشراكة مع الشركة السعودية لتقنية المعلومات سايت ومؤسسة المنتدى الدولي للأمن السبراني. نلتقي اليوم في هذه المنصة الرائدة في تناول الفضاء السبراني بأبعاده الشمولية التي ترعى الاقتصادات وازدهار المجتمعات ورخاء الإنسان، وبالتأكيد أمن واستقرار الدول. السيدات والسادة، نتشرف الآن بدعوة صاحب السمو الملكي الأمير فيصل بن بندر بن عزيز أمير منطقة الرياض لافتتاح أعمال المنتدى.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. المشاركون والضيوف الكرام، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. نرحب بكم اليوم في المملكة العربية السعودية، ونيابة عن سيدي خادم الحرمين الشريفين الملك سلمان حفظه الله، يسرني أن أعلن انطلاق أعمال النسخة الخامسة من المنتدى الدولي للأمن السبراني في مدينة الرياض. أيها الحضور الكريم، لقد تشرفت نسخة العام الماضي بكلمة حملت مضامين ضافية وشاملة من السمو الملكي الأمير محمد بن سلمان بن عبد العزيز ولي العهد رئيس مجلس الوزراء، حيث أكد فيها حفظه الله الارتباط الوثيق للفضاء السبراني اليوم بنمو الاقتصادات وازدهار المجتمعات وبأمن البلاد واستقرار الدول، وعلى ما يتسم به من طبيعة متجاوزة في تأثيرها للحدود، وهو الأمر الذي تتعاظم معه أهمية توحيد الجهود الدولية وموائمتها لاغتنام الفرص ومواجهة التحديات في الفضاء السيبراني عبر الاستثمار في الإنسان. لذا تأتي النسخة هذا العام من المنتدى تحت شعار تعزيز المكتسبات المشتركة في الفضاء السيبراني لتواكد هذه المضامير ولتؤسس للبناء على ما تحقق من مكتسبات مهمة خلال النسخ السابقة من المنتدى على صعيد توحيد الجهود الدولية وتعظيم العمل المشترك. نحن على ثقة بأن هذا الحضور الكريم من النخب وصناع القرار والمتخصصين من حول العالم سيعظم إن شاء الله من مخرجات المنتدى، وسيقدم خلاصة للتجارب الدولية في ذلك، وبما يسهم في الوصول إلى فضاء سيبراني آمن وموثوق يمكن النمو والازدهار لجميع شعوب العالم. الضيوف الكرام، أشكر لكم حضوركم راجيا من الله للجميع التوفيق في المنتدى، والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
شكرا لكم يا صاحب السمو على تشريفكم ودعمكم الدائم لهذا المنتدى. السيدات والسادة، أدعو الآن السيد جون ديفيتريوس ماكلوكلين إيستهام لاستكمال الفقرات القادمة من فعاليات المنتدى لهذا العام. رحبوا معي بجون وريبيكا.
Your Royal Highness, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the capital of Riyadh. Welcome back to the Global Cybersecurity Forum 2025. Can we give a nice round of applause for the convening power of the GCF and the great turnout? It's great to see you all. I'm John Defterius. I'm delighted to work with my colleague Rebecca McLaughlin-Eastham. Welcome.
Thank you. It's lovely to see you again, and good morning, Your Royal Highness, Excellencies, dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen. It's wonderful to be back.
Our sincere thanks to His Royal Highness Prince Faisal bin Bandar bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, the Governor of the Riyadh region. We're touched you're back again, and we love the fact you made the connection between cybersecurity, safety online, and economic growth, which I think is often overlooked.
Absolutely. Our theme this year, Scaling Cohesive Advancement in Cyberspace, will see the GCF community accelerate momentum, elevating the scope, capacity, and impact of the efforts that it has all year round to ensure that cyberspace is a secure and more resilient place for all. To that end, and to give you an insight into the important conversations that will be had over the next 2 days, here's a short video.
Cyberspace is closely linked to the growth of economies, the prosperity of societies, the security of individuals, and the stability of nations.
Cyber threats, particularly to critical infrastructure, are, I think, one of the greater threats that we're not paying enough attention to globally.
It's not a matter of luxury or we want just to hold the flag that we're empowering women. It's a necessity. It's an economic and a security necessity.
Not just removing the negative experiences, but I think thinking about how children can have really positive experiences online.
It's important. We have not to put the burden only on children and parents. Yes, we need parents also to be aware what are the risks, to educate, to develop the digital skills of parents, teachers, children themselves. They need to be empowered.
2.7 billion people who are not connected, and we have to bring them online, not only to provide connectivity, but to provide secured network.
In the past 25 years, the biggest, most harmful attacks undoubtedly had some human vector in there somewhere, either unknowingly or knowingly.
The real problem was that we haven't actually joined so that we actually had effected a social contract with one another.
One country cannot do it alone. We have to work together, we have to share information, we have to share expertise, experience.
Competition is unavoidable between states. Cooperation is indispensable.
What a fantastic video, and it summarized the central theme of the Global Cybersecurity Forum in 2025. Most people look at it as a threat, the cyber threat around the world. We've seen what's transpired over the last 2 weeks. But I think the annual meeting is focusing on the vast opportunities of having the right protection.
Absolutely, and we'll drill down into the course of today and indeed tomorrow with a fantastic agenda for you at the annual meeting, ladies and gentlemen. But first, it's my great honor to introduce to you the Governor of Saudi Arabia's National Cybersecurity Authority, speaking on behalf of the Global Cybersecurity Forum's Board of Trustees. Please join me in welcoming to the stage His Excellency Majid bin Mohammed Al Mazyed.
صاحب السمو الملكي الأمير فيصل بن بندر بن عزيز آل سعود أمير منطقة الرياض، أصحاب السمو والمعالي والسعادة، الحضور الكريم، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Your Royal Highness, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, it is my honor to welcome you to the Global Cybersecurity Forum Annual Meeting 2025. Building on the progress previous editions and the year-round collaboration of the GCF community, this year's annual meeting advances our collective momentum under the theme of scaling cohesive advancement in cyberspace. This theme underscores a new phase of deepened collaboration, our intent to expand the transformative impact that the GCF has already achieved across its growing range of activities. The global economy depends on cyberspace, yet our collective understanding of the economic dimensions of cybersecurity remains limited. The Center for Economics, launched in partnership with the World Economic Forum, will equip decision makers and sector leaders with evidence-based research to unlock the full economic value of cybersecurity. In this year of unprecedented complexity and an increasingly volatile threat landscape, we are working to gain deep insight into the mechanisms underlying cybercrime through collective research and constructive dialogue. Global stakeholders continue to collaborate through the Operational Technology Cybersecurity Center of Excellence to strengthen the vitally important resilience of the OT supply chains. This continuous progress is driven by the unwavering commitment of our partners, who remain the true catalyst of these vital activities. I would also like to thank our strategic partners, annual meeting partners, and our ever-expanding community of knowledge contributors who help sustain the momentum and scale the scope and impact of our joint efforts. At last year's annual meeting, His Royal Highness Prince Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdul Aziz Al Saud, Prime Minister of Saudi Arabia, stated that the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has always been a force for good, for the benefit of humanity and human prosperity around the world. In this spirit, I am pleased to announce that the Kingdom is launching a global initiative for capacity building in cyberspace in partnership with the United Nations. By harnessing the expertise of a wide range of international stakeholders, this initiative will deliver accelerated capacity development at scale in areas of greatest needs, from training and education to research and policy development. I take this opportunity to thank His Excellency United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres for his commitment to this important topic, and to our partners, UN agencies and organizations, for their continued support and collaboration. Together, not only responding to evolving cyber threats, we are shaping a more secure and inclusive cyberspace, and with it, a more peaceful and prosperous future for all humanity. I wish you all a productive 2 days of meaningful dialogue, collaborative action, and transformative partnerships. Thank you.
Governor Mayzad, thank you very much for your comments. And we've seen milestones here at the GCF in the last 4 years. I would say this is a major milestone, having this partnership with the United Nations. We're delighted to share a video here from His Excellency the Secretary General Antonio Guterres to go deeper on this partnership between the GCF and the United Nations. Let's take a look.
Absolutely.
Excellencies, dear friends, I send my warm greetings to this Global Cybersecurity Forum in Riyadh. In our interconnected world, cyberspace is essential for innovation and opportunity. At the same time, vulnerabilities can undermine trust, disrupt societies, and threaten peace. We must act together to ensure cyberspace serves the common good by investing in people, building skills, and fostering inclusion. As digitization accelerates, we must forge global partnerships rooted in solidarity and shared responsibility, leaving no country or community behind. The United Nations remains committed to advancing a vision of cyberspace that is open, secure, and anchored in international law. To achieve this vision, we are working to ensure all countries have the capacity to maximize digital opportunities while minimizing risks. And I want to recognize the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia's initiative on capacity building and this forum's focus on issues like child protection and women's empowerment. Let's work together to build trust, establish common rules, and protect human rights for a more secure digital future for all. Thank you.
Our thanks again to the Secretary. Both His Excellency the Governor said and the Secretary General emphasized multilateralism is not the fashion today, but you can hear the themes that are coming out of this, that the GCF and the UN is going to lean in on multilateralism. And I think the words from the Secretary General were really profound, saying, let's look at the opportunities. If you have the right protection in cyberspace, it fosters development.
Exactly, and to make sure that nobody is left behind. The Global Initiative for Capacity Building in Cyberspace is set to accelerate capacity development in areas of greatest need as a multi-stakeholder delivered by NCA, SITE, and GCF, and of course in collaboration with several UN agencies and Interpol.
Now, certainly a platform to initiatives like this one reflects how GCF has come from its beginning just 5 years ago as an event founded by the NCA and SITE, as Rebecca was referring to there, to a permanent platform to advance collective action by the global cyber community.
And of course, a significant milestone was reached in 2023 when GCF was established as a global, independent organization working with partners all year round and right around the world.
And brings us here today, the 2025 edition of the GCF annual meeting. It's about scaling that progress, deepening impact, and broadening collaboration. Under the theme, Scaling Cohesive Advancement in Cyberspace, we'll explore how to build momentum through 5 sub-themes. Let's take a look at those. Beyond the inflection point is the first one. Cyber economics redefined, strengthening cyber inclusion, behavioral lens in cyberspace, and opportunities and the cyber horizon, the way they put it. I like that word.
The horizon is hiding around the corner. Before we jump into our full program for today, let's take a look at some of the areas of cohesive advancement in the GCF community, starting with the 2 global initiatives instated by His Royal Highness, Prince Mohammed bin Salman, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister of Saudi Arabia.
The Child Protection in Cyberspace initiative is driving global action to keep children safe online. It's something that the Secretary General highlighted. Today we launched the CPC Index Framework created in partnership with DQ Institute. GCF is now going to work with global stakeholders to activate this powerful tool for nations to assess and strengthen their child cyber protection frameworks.
So very important. This builds on the momentum of other critical work, from We Protect's new report onto the risks of children online gaming, to UNICEF's efforts to strengthen responses to online risk in 30 countries, alongside Child Helpline International.
And another key partner, through collaboration with the ITU, Guidelines for Protecting Children Online are now available in 25 languages, supporting implementation right across the globe.
Turning now to the second global initiative, which tackles the fact that women make up only 1% of professionals in the sector, helping to bridge that 2.8 million workforce gap.
Which is pretty extraordinary itself in this time and place. Hear more about the GCF and Duke University Joint Research Report from Latin America. Again, another region of the world that's been overlooked in cyber, not here, offering fresh insight to women's participation in cyber security globally.
Alongside research, GCF and USTTI are partnering to empower female cyber leaders, and we will hear indeed from the chairman of USTTI a little bit later on, Jim O'Connor. The Joint Leadership Training Program is now in its 3rd global session, taking place right here at the annual.
Oh my goodness. And mentorship is also key here to the leadership at the GCF, and therefore the Cyber Leadership Launchpad, we're proud to say, is now live, exploring pathways for women in cyber through the voices of distinguished female global leaders, many who are speaking at the GCF in 2025.
Absolutely, and adding these efforts, global projects will be launched in partnership with UN Women and ITU.
As I said before, GCF's journey has always been about multi-stakeholder collaboration, multilateralism, collaboration, uniting leaders across sectors to shape the future of cyberspace.
That's right, and that spirit truly comes alive through the knowledge communities, focusing on topics ranging from energy security and urban living to telecom networks and the future of cybersecurity.
And this is interesting. This community grows today with the launch of a new knowledge community. This one is on aviation cybersecurity, something that really needed. I was checking in from my flight here, and they had a cyber attack in Heathrow this last week, and they were still working on tops. This is going to be led by the new carrier here in Saudi Arabia, Riyadh Air.
Riyadh Air. With more than 100 contributions worldwide, communities show the true convening power of GCF. So let's give them a warm round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
That's quite a list.
Like to count them. More than
That's
100.
grown over the last 5 years. Beyond GCF's journey is also about building lasting institutions. One of these is the Center for Cyber Economics, launched this year with the World Economic Forum as the first global entity focused on the intersection between cybersecurity and economics. And Rebecca, I remember commenting, when you do research for your panels, you don't have one source, and you can't rely on that information, so it fills a big void in the market.
Doesn't. Yes, we love more than one source, of course. Since then, the Centre's Executive Committee has been established to guide its strategic direction, with its focus areas now very clearly defined.
And in another vital domain, the OTC Center of Excellence is addressing cyber threats and innovations and operational technologies, including supply chain resilience. Under Aramco's leadership, as chair of the steering committee, 15 global industry leaders have already activated 6 work groups driving progress across key OT cybersecurity domains. We're going to hear from Aramco at midday on a fireside chat.
We certainly will. And if there's one thing of many that sets GCF apart, it is, of course, its convening power, bringing together stakeholders from right around the world all year round, with recent activities taken place in cities from Brussels to Geneva to New York and indeed Singapore.
We know this very well because we've been doing them.
We have in Geneva, yes.
And we've seen the convening power in action right here as well around the annual meeting. I have to say, this is incredible in 2025. You wouldn't know it, but we had 22 ministers from the Arab region, cybersecurity ministers, and this council meeting, and then we see the European Union GCC cybersecurity diplomacy dialogue, which is just excellent in terms of moving the needle.
It's truly incredible. And looking ahead, as we always like to do, we're very pleased to announce that an annual meeting of the National Cyber Leaders will take place alongside the 2026 edition of GCF. Now, none of this, of course, would have been possible unless it were for these incredible partners that we have mentioned, the founding partners of GCF, NCA and SITE, and strategic partners, Aramco and STC, without whom their support has been instrumental to the journey so far. They've really helped to support and guide the advancement of community work. So please join me in giving them a big round of applause.
Get ready to applause again, because we want to thank the annual meeting partners for 2025, who will lead discussions on key cybersecurity issues over the next 2 days. Please give them a warm welcome. We have a public session and a private session. We had the ministerial the day before. Can we give them a warm thanks for their attendance? And we don't overlook this community. I would say, well, I'll do it on your behalf, but let's give a warm personal thanks to this GCF community, which has been developed in the last 5 years. We see many familiar faces in the audience, but it's great to see new faces in the community expanding. Can we give them a warm thanks as well?
Time now for our first panel discussion, John, and we're to start our program, ladies and gentlemen, with the first plenary session of the 2025 annual meeting. The title is Against the Odds, Gaining Consensus Amid Complexity. And of course, John is your esteemed moderator. We will also be hearing from 3 respected international leaders as they explore the role of cyber diplomacy in an ever-changing global landscape. John, over to you.
Rebecca, can we give her a nice round of applause? It's always good to work with her every single year at the GCF. Rebecca McLaughlin-Eastman. And this is an extraordinary panel. I was trying to think of the best way to set it up. And living through an era of major disruption, right? It's often called a polycrisis because we have geoeconomic, geopolitical, even environmental disruption taking place at the same time. And what we're doing is layering on a cyber threat, and it's been accelerating.